Welcome to the Yield Tactics Podcast, your go-to source for all topics related to yield and revenue management, pricing strategies, and industry insights. We're diving deep into the dynamic world of revenue management and pricing across various sectors, with a particular focus on travel, leisure, transportation industries, and beyond. From airlines optimizing seat inventory to hotels adjusting room rates based on demand, and even to theme parks maximizing ticket sales, yield management plays a crucial role in ensuring businesses extract the maximum value from their resources. Joining us are Yield Tactics senior consultants and partners, industry experts, thought leaders, and pioneers in the field of revenue management, who will share their expertise, experiences, and innovative strategies to help you stay ahead in this ever-evolving landscape.
This podcast is brought to you by Yield Tactics and Airline Tactics, the foremost consulting firm specializing in revenue management and pricing, serving clients worldwide.
Let's be honest. Most revenue strategies still start from a spreadsheet. We talk about pricing, margins, load factors, conversion funnels. We build models that optimize parts of the experience, a product here, a promotion there, and we hope it all adds up. But here's the reality. Today, revenue isn't just made at the checkout. It's created or lost at every touch point of the customer journey. From the moment a traveler lands on your site to the minute they close the tray table or check out of the app, they're moving through a series of emotional and behavioral states. And every one of those states is an opportunity to engage, to upsell, to shape perception, and ultimately, to generate value. This is where total revenue management comes in. Not just as a concept, but as a shift in mindset. It's the idea that your job isn't just to price a product. It's to design an experience that earns the price and unlocks new streams of revenue along the way. In today's episode, we're going to explore how that works. We'll connect the dots between customer behavior, offer design, pricing strategy, and brand experience to show you how total revenue management is built not in isolation, but in orchestration. The old model, from buzz to booking. For a long time, the playbook was simple. Marketing built the buzz, campaigns were launched, awareness was chased, and the goal was clear: drive bookings. Revenue management took it from there. Optimize the price, maximize yield, fill the plane, the train, the room, and protect the margin. The two functions, marketing and revenue, were like runners in a relay race. One passed the baton, the other tried to sprint to the finish line. And in fairness, it worked for a while. Because in an era where distribution was simpler and the customer journey was linear, it was enough to split the roles. Marketing handled what people wanted. Revenue management handled what they'd pay. But then, something changed. Customers started moving in more fluid, unpredictable ways. They became less loyal to channels and more loyal to experiences. They didn't just respond to prices. They responded to context, emotion, timing, and relevance. And suddenly the old model of buzz, booking, done, stopped being enough. Because what happened after booking started to matter just as much, if not more. In that space, between confirmation email and checkout, between seat selection and arrival, lived an entire universe of untapped value. But it was value that didn't neatly belong to either marketing or pricing. And so, too often, it was ignored, or worse, handled generically. So today, we ask a different question. What if the customer journey itself was the business model? Not just a delivery mechanism, but a canvas for creating and capturing revenue? That's the shift we're exploring in this episode. And it starts by seeing the journey for what it truly is. Not a funnel, but a landscape. The shift from product-centric to journey-centric thinking. Traditionally, the focus has been very straightforward. optimize the product itself. Whether it's a seat on a plane, a hotel room, or the base fare of a ticket, the goal has been to squeeze maximum value out of that core offering. But today, that approach is no longer enough. Total Revenue Management, or TRM, asks us to think differently. Instead of just optimizing the product, we optimize the entire customer experience with monetization in mind. This means looking beyond the base fare or room rate and identifying every moment in the journey where additional value can be created and captured. Whether that's through smartly framed ancillary services, perfectly timed offers when attention is highest, or thoughtfully designed bundles that blend refundable and non-refundable elements. When you start to see the journey as the product itself, the revenue opportunities multiply because you're no longer limited to a one-off sale. You're creating multiple touch points that invite the customer to invest more, not just financially, but emotionally and experientially. In short, the focus shifts from selling a product to designing an experience, one that naturally drives increased revenue throughout the customer lifecycle. Attention, timing, and behavior. The new revenue levers. Let's build on some of the key insights we've discussed before. First, the importance of selling when customers are actually listening, capturing their attention at moments when they're most open to offers. Then, leveraging emotional states to perfectly time these offers. Because when someone feels ready, their willingness to spend changes dramatically. And of course, using personalization not just to push products, but to shift perception, moving the conversation away from cost and into value, making the spend feel smart, necessary, and aligned with their needs. But here's the critical connection to total revenue management. These aren't just isolated tactics or marketing tricks. They're strategic assets within a TRM framework. In fact, in TRM, customer behavior isn't just a signal to react to. It's a channel in itself. Each interaction, each moment of attention, is an opportunity to optimize revenue by aligning the offer, timing, and messaging perfectly. Understanding and managing these behavioral levers is what separates average revenue outcomes from exceptional ones. Cross-functional coordination, marketing, ops, revenue working together. One of the biggest shifts with total revenue management is how it breaks down silos inside an organization. Revenue isn't just the job of pricing or sales anymore. It's co-authored by multiple teams, marketing, operations, revenue management, all working in sync. That means aligning every customer touchpoint with clear revenue triggers. Every interaction is designed not just to engage, but to create opportunities for upsell, cross-sell, or premium offers. Take journey-led product packaging, for example. It's about bundling offerings in ways that feel natural and frictionless for the customer. Like premium bundles that combine what travelers want with what's easy for them to say yes to. But none of this works without data sharing across teams. Marketing needs insights from revenue management. Ops need feedback from frontline sales. And everyone needs to be on the same page about customer behavior and timing. In the TRM world, revenue is truly a team sport, owned by no single department, but co-created across the entire business. TRM in action. Examples of integration. Let's bring these ideas to life with some real-world examples of total revenue management in action. Think about a business traveler bundle designed around what the company will actually pay for, what we covered in the corporate wallet episode. It's not just about packing extras, it's about smartly blending expensible items with traveler favorites to boost acceptance. Then there's the concept of mid-journey impulse offers, from our second sell first class episode, tapping into that fresh willingness to spend once the trip is underway. Timing and surprise can reset a customer's mindset and open up new revenue streams. And don't forget personalization, anticipating when a traveler is emotionally ready to buy, which we explored in the attention window. It's about delivering the right message at the right moment in the right way. All this is supported by smart friction, not forcing decisions but reducing fatigue with carefully designed timing, messaging, and user experience. You want the customer to feel guided, not pressured. The takeaway? When you design with revenue in mind, you don't have to slash prices to win. You simply need to resonate, meeting customers where they are, understanding their needs, and offering solutions that feel natural and valuable. The metrics that matter in total revenue management. Let's talk numbers, but not the usual headline KPIs like RASK or REVPAR alone. In total revenue management, you dig deeper. It's about total revenue per customer, not just what you make on a seat or a night, but what each passenger or guest brings in across their entire journey. That means looking at revenue per passenger journey, per booking, even per interaction. Every touchpoint becomes an opportunity to add value. And don't forget customer lifetime value, because when you align marketing, revenue, and operations to create a seamless experience, your customers come back more often, spend more, and stay loyal longer. So, the metrics in TRM measure not just transactions, but relationships. Revenue that grows because you're delivering consistently smart, relevant experiences. Designing revenue with the full journey in mind. To wrap up, here's the big takeaway. The customer journey isn't just a series of steps. It's your product, your sales funnel, and your revenue engine all in one. So don't just focus on pricing the product. Design the entire experience to support and enhance that price. When marketing, revenue management, and operations speak the same language, the emotional and behavioral language of your customers, capturing value becomes natural because you've built it in from the start. This is the power of total revenue management, a holistic, integrated approach where every touchpoint is an opportunity to create, communicate, and capture real value. Start thinking beyond seats or rooms. Think journeys, because that's where the future of revenue lies.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to catch every upcoming episode. And if you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out to us.
Stay connected with us on LinkedIn and visit our websites yieldtactics.com and airlinetactics.com for more exclusive content and information about our consulting and training services. From our websites, you can download the Yield Tactics magazine for free, featuring in-depth articles covering topics such as organizational transformation, advanced pricing techniques, marketing, revenue optimization, and distribution. The ideas and opinions expressed by our guests on this podcast are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or endorsements of Yield Tactics. Also, when we mention specific companies or products, it's important to note that such references do not constitute an endorsement by Yield Tactics, nor do they imply any business relationship between us.